Long ago, in the beginning, there was no heaven and earth. It was just one unformed mass of a shapeless egg. But then, out of nowhere, it cracked and soon formed the heaven and earth. Out of the egg emerged two gods of a river named Izanagi and Izanami.
I only see water below us. I wonder if there's land.
Just use the dual spear of heaven and dust it down to reveal it.
So they thrusted a spear down into the waters and confirmed that there was land underneath them and decided that they were going to live under the water.
Let's investigate our land. We shall speak and then meet.
Once they had established their home, Izanagi said to Izanami,
How wonderful. I've met a handsome young man.
and so they decided to have a baby.
Instead of this child becoming an island, it became an ugly leech child with no desire to keep such a child. They sent it away on a reed boat in the sea. The two returned to heaven to ask the gods why they had such an abnormal child and about how to avoid it.
Izanami gave birth to a useless child for not knowing her place. The man should speak first. A woman speaking first brings bad luck. Return and try again.
Bye. How wonderful. I have met a young, lovely woman.
How wonderful. I've met a handsome young man.
Eventually, they gave birth to 8 children, who each became an island, then formed a country.
Izanagi then said to his wife,
Our beautiful country is so misty. People want to be able to see them. I will create a child to be the god of wind.
he took a deep breath and exhaled their next child.
To make their country beautiful, they created the gods of the sea, the mountains, the rivers, and the trees.
When they saw that their country was truly beautiful, Izanagi said,
We need a god to rule the universe.
Together they produced the goddess of the sun, Amaterasu Omikami. From the time of her birth, Amaterasu shone with a brilliance that illuminated the entire world.
She is too great for a country. She belongs in heaven where she can shine down upon the earth.
Amaterasu was in heaven when Izanami gave birth to the god of the moon. His beauty and brilliance were almost as great as Amaterasu. He too climbed the ladder of heaven, for in time he would become Amaterasu's husband and rule the universe with her.
Their next child was Susanna O no Mikoto. He wrought havoc with crying and tintertrint. Once he misused his power over Earth, he was banished to the Netherlands.
Oh, damn. Izanagi and Izanami's next child was a god of fire. But in the process of being born, he burned his mother, and Izanami died. As she was dying, she gave birth to the earth goddess and the water goddess. The god of fire married the goddess of the earth, and their daughter produced the mulberry tree and the silkworm from the hair on her head, and 5 kinds of grain from her navel. Meanwhile, as Izanami lay dying, Izanagi cried.
Oh, how grieved I am.
In anger and resentment, he drew his sword and sliced the god of fire into 3 pieces, each of which became a god. He could not leave his beloved wife so easily, nor could he refrain from looking at her one last time. So he broke off an end tooth from a many-toothed comb that he wore on his hair, and created a torch by igniting it.
I love you. I cannot live without you.
It's too late. I have eaten Yomi's food and I can't return back. If you love me, you must go. Izanami called forth the 8 ugly Yomi females of Yomi, who came after Izanagi. Izanagi delayed them by removing his black headdress and throwing it to the ground. It turned to grapes, which the females ate. Then he removed his comb and tossed it on the ground to create bamboo shoots, which they also got distracted by and ate. When the females caught up to him, Izanagi had already reached the border between the land of light and death. He proceeded to a safe place to talk to his wife. You have so shamed me, I'm prepared to kill every one of your subjects. I can strangle 1,000 in a day.
If you do so, I will make sure 1,500 people are born each day.
You must accept my death. We have loved each other well and made a beautiful country. Let us come to peaceful ends with each
It
other.
was weak of me to follow you, and I will now be followed by bad luck. As you wish our marriage dissevered, I will never bother you again.
And to his word, Izanagi never did.